this funny? On Twitter, Colin Cowherd, we've brought him up a couple of different times about his thoughts about junior college, and we're doing exactly what he wants, but I thought this was funny, though. He is he's in bed with USC and Lincoln Riley and just loves the hire, and he's very much into it. But here's a comment, and this was tongue-in-cheek, but still, sources tell me Lincoln Riley's first USC practice was flawless. One observer noted, quote, "Some are calling it the greatest practice ever on a college campus."
I just don't get what I mean, it's just trolling tweet. Yeah, it's just like
he's in love with Lincoln Riley.
Yeah, I get it, but one, I mean, how would that observer know that had ever happened? And two, so what if it was flawless?
Here is a banner that they've already created, and they'll hang this from their stadium. Trojans football, the greatest practice ever on a college campus, next to all those national championship banners and the Heisman banners, except for the one with Reggie Bush.
Well, I mean, based on what some colleges have put up as banners, that's not that far off. I mean, some of these joke championship. Oh, yeah, remember that one in 1934 in the Texas Today magazine? They named us the top team even though we had 5 losses. National championship banner.
Yeah.
Looking at you. Auburn, A&M, some other schools that have done that. Oklahoma State, I think, grabbed one from like pre-World War II and threw it up there a few years ago. But yeah, I mean, there's a little fun being had, and Cowherd knows where to poke. In terms of people getting up in arms over things. His love for USC and especially his little war right now with Oklahoma fans over Lincoln Riley. He knows exactly what he's doing, and Oklahoma fans have been, very much in their feelings over the last few months over this. They've all convinced themselves that Brent Venables is way better already than Lincoln Riley, and that's typically what happens when you change coaches. And so I'm ready to see here in a few months if Brent Venables is the guy that can pick up that torch and run with it the way that Riley did after Stoops. But easier said than done. He's got a great staff. They've got some good talent, but you just never know. And, I'm going to love seeing them track side by side, because all year long we're going to hear the comparisons of Brent Venables and Lincoln Riley and what each program is doing. And I'd love nothing more than by the end of the year for Brent Venables to be able to jump on Cowherd's show and, be able to claim victory. But I think USC is going to be good. I mean, how could they not be better than they've been recently? And I think Oklahoma should be pretty salty as well. To what extent, though, I just don't know, because it is a big change. Lincoln, we didn't have time to really register his hire because it just happened out of the blue and so suddenly. This is the first hire Oklahoma fans have had in nearly 30 years or I guess 24 years
There's
or whatever.
98 or 99 with Stoops,
that they've had to go through like a full-blown coaching change. So, yeah, it's going to be wildly different for both schools, but, I think it's going to be good for both probably in the long run. At least I hope so.
Go ahead.
No, I'm done.
All right, so we saw the quote about Lincoln Riley, the perfect, flawless practicer. Eddie Radovich, who's, he's kind of a fun guy, covers Oklahoma. He put this tweet up earlier this afternoon. Sources tell me Brent Venables' first Oklahoma practice was flawless. One observer noted they would have beaten every Super Bowl champion since the merger. Aaron Rodgers could not start on this team. Just a little back and forth to have some fun. And, of course, everybody knew exactly what he was talking about. So,
but, going back to history-wise, Colin Cowherd was very ready to – I mean, he was he thought USC was going to be good forever back when Pete Carroll was there. He's like, well, kids want to go and be in L.A., and they want to do this and want to do that. And, look, kids do want to be in L.A. as long as the coach in L.A. is good. If the coach in L.A. sucks, it doesn't matter if he's in L.A., Los Angeles, Los Alamos. It doesn't matter. The coach is who they go to play for, not the city. And, that hasn't been the case for the last 15 years.
You know whose opinion that is? That's Colin Cowherd's opinion. Yeah. That's what he's espousing as though that's just what everybody thinks. I know plenty of kids from smaller towns that L.A. is not for them. They don't want to go to LA. It's too much of a change for them. When you grow up in like Mart, going to Los Angeles all of a sudden is not necessarily your dream or your desire, but I mean, I know where he's coming from. Hollywood, flashy lights, this and that, and Cowherd's obviously absorbed himself with that. I mean, he's become, Mr. LA for the guy who was Mr. State of Washington there for a little while, even a little bit of Vegas during his career. Now he's Mr. Los Angeles ever since he made that big money move with Fox, and so he's kind of I feel like he's kind of over the years become more and more of and I don't mean this in any negative way, but he's kind of become a caricature, almost a character, more so than, when I was listening to him in his just regular midday ESPN radio slot when I really liked listening to him. He still brings up some good points on the occasion that I get to hear it and everything. But yeah, he's doing a bit. That's all he's doing. He's doing a bit. And he's going to keep doing it until USC loses a couple games, if they lose a couple games, and then, he'll switch the bit around and still find a way to tick people off and start claiming. Well, I wasn't talking about this year. I was talking about just wait till this, and then he'll just shift positions again. But yeah, just a little trolling going on, and that's going to continue because the wound is clearly very much still fresh for Oklahoma and USC with this little back and forth of Lincoln Riley.
There is a part to the response to Cowherd's talk about Riley in the practice, and we can't show it. Paul, did you guys see it? Did I send it to you? Mm-hmm. It's not two hot dogs driving around the highway.
No.
It's you can go look at the responses to it. It's hilarious. It's about the 8th or 12th one down. That's just funny about somebody who's just salivating in many ways.
And I'm sure he's feasting on this Baker Mayfield thing right now. And, so it's a big time for him. He's somehow been proven right that a backwards hat equates to you not being an NFL quarterback. So
Tony Romo?
Yeah, but see, I didn't. No. It's different. When that was brought up, he's like, well, that's different, But I mean, Tony Romo didn't win. So Tony Romo didn't win Super Bowls. He won one playoff game. So two, I don't know, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Not enough to defeat the theory. So